This episode of True Be Talking is unofficially brought to you by Crown Royal. Crown Royal. Hey, bruh, pour me another shot. Welcome to a new episode of True Be Talking. I am your host, True. What's up, y'all? It's a new year. Welcome to the first episode of the new year of our Lord 2026. I am, of course, your host, True. And I just want to get started, talk about a few things. It's been my first show in a while since I did my anniversary show, actually. And just the end of the year, I did a lot of do-rag truths, but I'm going to start putting out a few more of these, try to get a lot more of these out. Matter of fact, because I do like to talk about these topics and go into these segments. And I know New Year just started. It's already been a lot happening, but to keep it on the light side, let's just talk about some sports. Let's talk about sports, baby. He's on fire! So, sports I want to talk about, man, starting out, I just want to talk about the college football playoff. Ole Miss, I want to talk about Ole Miss losing to Miami. First of all, I want to say I'm from Mississippi, right? I'm from North Mississippi. I'm from Tupelo. The Egg Bowl is really serious, real serious where I'm from. So I personally feel like you need to choose a side, whether if it's Ole Miss or Mississippi State. Me personally, I hate Ole Miss. I fucking hate Ole Miss. But with Ole Miss being in the playoffs, there was this big discourse, but around people in Mississippi about everybody should be supporting Ole Miss because they were in the playoff. Me personally, fuck Ole Miss. I'm not gonna support them. I don't care what they're doing. I hope they lose. I was happy that they lost. But the only thing I didn't like about them losing was the way that they lost. I do think in that final play, there was definitely, it was definitely a pass interference. Ray Charles could see that. It was definitely a pass interference. It should have been called. I hate that they're saying that because it was the last play of the game, they're just going to let them play. That's a crazy precedent to set because, dude was basically tackling him while the ball was in the air. Like, you can't let him get away with that, bro. Like, it was a blatant foul. The flag should have been thrown, and it's not an NFL game. It's just a 15-yard penalty. So you let them get their 15 yards, run the clock out, give them one last shot at the end zone, bro. It is a college football playoff game. You can't let it end on something like that, bro. Even if it is, Ole Miss, you can't let it end like that. You definitely got to throw the flag, let them play it out and let them play on an even playing field because that was just completely unfair. And also, moving forward, if teams are going to know, like, hey, the last play of the game, if it's a Hail Mary, they're going to let us get away with a little more. So maybe dudes will start doing a little more because that was just outright, just a straight up blatant pass interference. Like, there was nothing to guess or anything. The flag should have came out, and it's ridiculous that it didn't. Also, Indiana. I haven't watched Indiana play all year, right? And the very first play I saw from Indiana is when they did that pick six against Oregon. I was like, bro, these dudes are like NFL players out here. Like, the Indiana is big. The players are huge. Like, I know they're all college players, they're all big, but Indiana looks like they're like a grown man team out there, bro. They're like an NFL team out there. So, I got a feeling that the championship game finna be a nice little ass kicking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm definitely ready to watch that. I think Indiana's gonna kick some ass in that game. That's gonna be interesting to see. Them boys look serious, and their coach looks like a serial killer in his part-time. He looks like if he's not drawing up the X's and O's in football, bro, he's hiding some bodies. Like, That man might be a killer, bro. Y'all need to check his basement. What is his name? Signetti? Yeah, y'all need to check his basement, bro. Homie look like a real life killer out here. To NFL football, man, my Eagles, we lost to the 49ers. I knew, but you know, I'm not too upset about it. I figured we wasn't really gonna have a deep run into the playoffs. I didn't get to watch us play a lot this year, but I think I did once or twice in a couple games I did see. Our offense just didn't look good. Jalen Hurts didn't look like himself this season. I don't know what's going on with that. I watched him look past wide open players and throw the ball elsewhere. And then I also watched him a play or two later throw into double coverage. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if he had something on the money line or what was going on with that. But yeah, he didn't look like himself this season. Hopefully, I'm hearing that it might be, you know, our offensive coordinator or whatever. Whatever it is, bro, we need to right the ship and get that shit together so we can come back next year and hopefully have a nice little run. But yeah, we definitely went home. That sucks, but I mean, the Cowboys didn't make it at all, so that was good. Oh man, but speaking of the playoffs though, like it looks wide open. I don't know who looks the best right now. I'm guessing maybe the Texans, but also the Bears look good. I think the playoffs is wide open right now for who's gonna win the Super Bowl. So that is definitely gonna be fun to watch coming down to the end. Just to touch on basketball a little bit, that boy Anthony Davis hurt his hand this time. I mean, at this point, I think it might be time for him to consider sitting it down, bro. Like it might be time for him to go ahead and just retire, bro. Because it look like at this point you just in the league for the health insurance. Just in the league for the health insurance, man. He ain't doing nothing but run up and down the floor a couple times, hurt, and he's out for months. So they talking about, I know the Mavericks talking about trying to get him traded before the trade deadline here, but man, ain't nobody trying to take them damaged goods, bro. That man got 2 years maybe left, if that. I think he ought to call it a quits at the end of this season. But it is what it is. What's on my screen, man? What was on my screen? I recently did a mini Leslie Nielsen marathon. I watched all 3 of the Naked Gun movies, and I also watched the movie he has called Wrongfully Accused. And man, I enjoyed myself, bro. Like Leslie Nielsen was fucking awesome. He was hilarious. The Naked Gun movies, I love how even though he's the main character, he's the dummy, but the world around him, how he interacts with the world around him and how the world around him interacts with, and it seems like everybody is just in on the joke. Everybody is helping with the jokes, and it's like you can't just watch him in the scene. You got to see what else is going on in the scene because everybody else is tripping too. Like the Naked Gun movies is classic. They're great. I did watch the newest one. Of course, Liam Neeson's, he ain't the same. He was cool, but he's not Leslie. They I think they let Seth MacFarlane write it. And you could tell he put a little bit of he was trying to mix his comedy in with kind of the Naked Gun Leslie Nielsen type comedy, but you could tell it was like Seth MacFarlane's brand of that type of comedy. So it was like, it's cool, but this ain't you, bro. Like we see that you kind of derive from that, like your comedy you kind of took some pieces from that, but like you're not in there to really capture what happened in those first 3 movies. And my favorite of the 3 is the second one, the second Naked Gun 2.5. That's my shit. It's the funniest one to me. The storyline with all the governments, not governments, but all the businessmen trying to stop clean energy. Yeah, this was early 90s. Yeah, the oil barons and what was oil, nuclear power, and some other things, and they all just trying to stop this Dr. Meinhammer from making his speech and trying to convince the president to go to clean energy. So, that was a storyline back then, but it was a hilarious movie, very hilarious movie. Priscilla Presley, she's hilarious in the movie as Jane Spencer. She's just as funny as Leslie Nielsen in the movies. Her character is just as ridiculous in the second movie, where she's in the house and she has all those pets. She has all those pets, bro. Like, if you never watched the Naked Gun movies, I think they're on Paramount Plus right now, or at least they were when I watched them. Hilarious, bro. Just great movies. If you want to laugh, man, check out Leslie Nielsen. Check out Wrongfully Accused. It's kind of like a spoof on The Fugitive with Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones. Hey, man, Les Nielsen's an idiot. He's one of my favorite comedic actors. And R.I.P. to Leslie, man. R.I.P. to Leslie, but definitely had a good time watching those movies, bro.
What we talking about?
The main topic I want to talk about, it's a topic that popped up last year. I want to talk about Verzuz. Let me just get to that. I want to talk about Verzuz. I want to talk about the No Limit and Cash Money Verzuz, and then I just want to talk about some stuff, some stuff that has to do with Verzuz as well. But first of all, the Cash Money No Limit Verzuz was historic. It was dope. Of course, two of the biggest rap labels from the South, two of the biggest rap labels in the rap game period of all time, got on stage performing some of their best songs back and forth, and it was dope. It was really dope. The only thing, the good thing about it was you got to see Mia X come out and get her flowers, and she was rapping her ass off. She carried No Limit on her back. And then you had Juvie on the other side. I think Juvie and Mia X, I gave them the MVPs of the night, because both of them carried their respective labels on their back that night, and it just showed like how they're really dope rappers. Like, Mia X can really rap her ass off. Juvie can really rap his ass off. And it was just dope to see them being celebrated on stage together. Of course, the only downside was, first of all, it wasn't in New Orleans. I don't know whose idea that was. I don't know if No Limit or Cash Money had anything to do with that, but they definitely should have let whoever know, hey, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it in New Orleans. That's the only place it can happen. Because the whole time they're on stage, this is a celebration for New Orleans, and there's but y'all niggas in Las Vegas. Like, that shit didn't make any sense. So, you definitely had two of the biggest labels from the same city. You gotta do it for the city, bro. You gotta do that for the city. But yeah, that's one thing, is that it was, it wasn't in New Orleans. And then the other thing is that it was too short. They cut it short. Like, I don't know what the hell that was about, but right when you really getting into it good, they stopped playing music. Like, yeah, y'all, we gotta go. Like, damn, like, that's fucked up. So, and then they didn't do it right, bro. They didn't get to have their ending and all that type shit. Kind of how, like, if you watched the Isley Brothers versus Earth, Wind and Fire, the way they did all their songs, and then at the end got to come together to sing, do one last performance. You didn't get to see that out of this, and it was just off. The way it ended, and the fact that they didn't do it in Las Vegas, but other than that, it was really dope. But that's really all I had to say about that. But then, of course, after that happened, the conversation started up again about who should be in the Verzuz next and who can beat who. And then, of course, the main name that always gets brought up, Jay-Z. And I just want to talk about that a little bit. So first of all, the way that I see Verzuz, right? The way that I see the make a good Verzuz, I think it has to be relevance with the two artists. It needs to be relevance for the artists. I think their music has to have some type of, it has to coincide some way or somehow. Like, they're even if it's just two rappers, their brand of rap has to kind of match up a little bit, right? Because if you don't, you're gonna get something like just way off. You get like Common versus fuck around and get a Common versus fucking NBA Youngboy or some shit. Like, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to verses, and I'm just using that as an example, not saying that that's ever gonna happen, but in order to do a verses, I think it's gotta have some type of that their music has to sync up some kind of way. So when it comes to Jay-Z, I'm a Jay-Z fan. It's my favorite artist. You know what I'm saying? Favorite rapper. I do have. I don't know if he actually made the statement about no one can stand on the versus stage with him. I don't know if that's real or not. If he did say it, it's definitely false. There's a couple, 2 or 3 people I think that can stand on the stage with him. And I just want to talk about that a little bit. So, and 3 people that I not only think could stand on the stage with him, but I would actually want to see as well. So the first one, I'm gonna just go ahead and get the obvious choice out the way. Nas. I think him and Nas doing a versus in New York. I think it'd be huge. I think it'd be really dope. It'd be really dope for, New York hip hop and for, as a whole, but especially in New York, you got the 2 giants, you know what I'm saying? The 2 biggest out the city, getting on stage, going back and forth with their music. The only thing is, I personally think Jay will blow Nas out the water, right? Maybe not blow him out the water, but I think that'd be an easy win for Jay. Just to be honest with you, I think with that the way that platform is set up, Jay-Z and Nas, I think Jay wipes Nas. But who I think would give Jay a challenge and maybe even beat him, and another versus that I wouldn't mind watching is him and Kanye. I definitely think Ye would give Jay a run for his money, if not beat him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and keep in mind, we're not talking about discography, right? If we're talking about discography, ain't nobody fucking with Hov. Ain't nobody fucking with Hov. That's my personal opinion. If we're talking about albums, ain't nobody fucking with that dude, bro. Ain't nobody. We ain't even gonna talk about that. Ain't nobody touching Hov when it comes to discography. But with that versus platform, you get 20 songs. It's basically, we're gonna get on stage, we're gonna see who gonna rock the crowd the hardest with these records. There's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, us going back and forth. With that set up, yeah, definitely Kanye can get up there and put together 20 records that could probably beat Jay-Z in a back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Definitely give him a run for his money. With that type of setup. So Kanye is definitely somebody I think that could do it, but Kanye already said he would never do it. He'd never, get on that stage with Jay to do a versus. The other artists, I think, that would have a really good chance of beating Jay, and there would also be a really good versus that I would like to see, is him and T.I. I think him and T.I. I think T.I. has, with it, like I said, with that versus platform, the records T.I. has, bro, he got a lot of dope records he can pull from, and it's a lot of niggas that might not be able to stand on that stage with Tip. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to keep it real, it might not be too many of them that can just be up there with Tip, bro. Like, Tip got some records, bro, and with that, the way that, and his shit set up, like, he got a lot of club hits and shit like that, like shit that you gonna put on and motherfuckers just gonna jump up, and yeah, he got them type of records. So I think T.I. would definitely be a good challenge for Hov on that versus stage. I know a lot of people say Lil Wayne. I personally wouldn't want to see a Lil Wayne Jay-Z versus, but I don't think, because his records, his music. Let me just say it. I don't want to sit there and watch a versus with Wayne up there doing a bunch of mixtape songs and a bunch of mixtape verses. I'm not trying to stand up. We're not trying to hear this nigga rap like if you go back and listen to them songs, like them songs is like 3 or 4 minutes of this nigga just rapping, bro. Like I'm not trying to go hear this nigga just rapping over other people's beats in his verses to try to beat Jay-Z. Like nah. Like one of his dopest songs is on another nigga beat. And yeah, bro, I don't think he got enough records to hang with Jay-Z on stage. I wouldn't mind seeing like a Lil Wayne Eminem versus. I think that would be a dope versus. I think M and Lil Wayne would be dope to see on stage. I think their music, even though it's still like a lot different. It's almost kind of the same. Like I think their music kind of vibes together. So I think they would have a really good versus going back and forth. Yeah, that's pretty much all I would want to see. Honestly, at this point, I would just want to see Hove against somebody. I would prefer, and I honestly don't know which one I would want to see more. The Hove and Nas joint would be dope. Kanye on stage with anybody is probably gonna be crazy. But him and T.I., I think that should be lit. I think that should be more of a party than anything, bro. Him and T.I., like that, I think that should be dope. But that's just what I think, man. Let me know what y'all think, bro. Hit me up in the comments. Just let me know. I think it would be. Let me know who your dream versus is. Like my dream would be Hove and Nas, and then Hove and T.I. That's who I want to see, goddamn. But I think that'll be dope. But yeah, let me know, man. But anyway, man, last call. It's like I said, bro. It's just the beginning of the year, new year. We just 2 weeks in, and shit is happening, bro. It's a lot going on, but we're gonna keep our heads up. We're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep drinking, and we're gonna keep loving each other, man. Keep our heads up. I will this year. I'm definitely gonna start doing my live shows. I'm definitely gonna be doing more do-rag truths. I think boxing is gonna. We're gonna have a little bit of a revolution this year. I think we're gonna get a lot of good fights this year. I'm gonna keep pushing with these, man. These True Be Talking, because I like this. I like doing it. I like doing this show. I like doing my openings. I like doing my closings, and it's just something I'm gonna stick with, man. I'm coming back to y'all, bro. I'm gonna try to be there for you as much as I can. This year, let's do what we can to keep each other focused, to keep each other lifted up. Let's do what we can, bro. Love yourself. Love each other. Fuck the hate. Drink something. Don't forget to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends. Repost. Go to Skyline Republic. SkylineRepublic.com/store. Get you some gear. If you can see the back of this motherfucker, it's dope as hell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. This has been True Be Talking, and I'm out.
That boy is good.
Good and terrible. Kick it! My room, sometimes I stare at the wall, thinking of ways to get paid. Man, ain't no feelings involved. I got no bitch on my mind. I got some stress on my chest. Shit, I got bills and some debt. Sometimes it's hard to feel blessed. I keep my mind on my goals and I keep my eyes on the prize. I keep a milk chocolate chick with big tits and thick thighs. One roll on the table and I got a glass full of Crown. I gave her vodka and gin. Now all I drink on is brown.